Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to see you all. Thank you for coming here today. My name is Nafiza-Ali and I am a mathematics and economics teacher here at Green Valley High School. Today, I'm here to provide you some exciting information about the 21st century literacy and how it can be incorporated into teaching and learning practices within our school, which is going to be very beneficial for your children in future. There are three parts to it. Firstly, we will look at the definition of 21st century education. Then we will see how it will impact the students' social life. And finally, we will discuss ways to incorporate 21st century skills into teaching and learning practices. While we are on the definition of 21st century literacy, may I ask you all a question? What does it mean to be literate in 21st century? Literacy is the ability to read, write, and to understand language proficiently. However, the definition of literacy has been expanded, redefined, and reworked to incorporate 21st century technologies and to meet the needs of our students. It is being expanded to explore those techno-literacy that youths are becoming fluent in and have accessible to them all the time, such as smartphones, iPads, tablets, etc. Students are becoming more creative, problem solvers, better communicators, and lifelong learners. Therefore, it is important for practicing educators to include the notion of 21st century literacy in the curriculum. What does the 21st century curriculum include? The 21st century curriculum incorporates higher thinking skills, multiple intelligence, technology and multimedia, the multiple literacies of 21st century, and authentic assessment. The classroom is expanded to include greater community where students are self-directed and work both independently and interdependently. They have accessible to use computer programs and other advanced technologies such as cameras, iPad, multimedia systems, which provides them with experience and opportunities to apply knowledge. The curriculum is not textbook driven, therefore, knowledge is not memorization of facts and figures, but is constructed through research and application and connected to previous knowledge and previous experience. To enable our students enhance their multimodal knowledge and skills, we encourage them to use multimodal text in their projects so that they are able to make informed choices within and across the available communication modes of effectively construct meaning. This slide shows how visual and digital communication media impacts education. Social media technologies such as LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Skype are not only used for socializing but have become an integral tool in businesses as well for recruiting and advertising. Students spend more time with computers, smartphones, video games than involving themselves with outside curriculum activities. So they need to know the technologies which is becoming an essential part of society. Social networking has increased the rate and quality of collaboration for students. They are better able to communicate meeting times or share information quickly, which can increase productivity and help them learn how to work well in groups. Social networking also teaches students skills they need to survive in the business world. Being able to create and maintain connection to many people in many industries is an integral part of developing a career or business, building a business. In this slide, it shows how in the real world, interviews are conducted using video conferencing, assessment and aptitude tests are based online, and training and presentations are given using multimodal recorded sessions as we are doing now. All of this is mostly done with advanced technology where less human interaction is required for supervision. So the question is, how can the practicing educators incorporate the 21st century skills into teaching and learning practices within our school? This can be done by incorporating professional learning programs, implementation of new resources, and classroom tools. A literacy continuum has been developed that extends the early literacy range introduced to teachers as part of the assessment process. The identified critical aspects includes the development of reading text, inclusive of oral, written, visual, digital, and multimodal text, comprehension, vocabulary knowledge, aspects of writing, aspects of speaking, phonics, phonemic awareness, and concept about print. To maximize the teaching and learning potential of technology, students will be taught to become critical and informed users of technology. For example, students need to learn to identify reliable and credible sources of information, develop strategies to validate information, and to consider how information is positioned. Students will also be taught to interact appropriately online. For example, students need to be aware of and adhere to online privacy and safety guidelines for themselves and others, and to consider copyright procedures and plagiarism issues when using online resources. Students and teachers will have access to adequate resources and classroom tools such as laptops, electronic teaching materials, interactive whiteboards, overhead projectors, and audio systems to support teaching and learning practices. Teachers need to start using multimodal presentation in a classroom, which incorporates visual text, audio, and animations using software provided by schools. They could design the online-based assessment and could use the students' learning and collaboration tools during the course of the curriculum. For example, Moodle, which stands for Modular Object-Oriented Dynamic Learning Environment. The tool creates a visual learning environment which can be used for e-learning projects in schools and universities. There are other similar tools to Moodle, but delivering the base feature provides interface for students to interact with other students or with the teachers. The knowledge and skills achieved in the 21st century will assist students to become creative and able to make complex decisions, to embrace diversity, to write effectively and think critically, to develop new ideas, will be able to solve problems and use technology as a tool, and students will be able to recognize learning as long as process to thrive in the 21st century. I hope you find this presentation an informative and interesting one. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.